The final chapter of Basic Computers Part 2 is going to take a look at some of the more uncommonly used keys in the keyboard. These are the keys that you probably won't be using very often, but it's important to understand why they're there, what they do, and if you accidentally hit them, why something weird happened. So the first keys I would like to start off with are the control keys. If you look at the bottom of your keyboard, you'll see a key that has a CTRL printed on it, and that is known as the control key. The control key enables you to perform functions that are located in the menu system. If you look up on your notepad, you'll see that there are 5 menus. You'll see File, Edit, Format, View, and Help. You can, as we did in Basic Computers Part 1, you can go directly to these menus and click in these menus with your mouse and select items, select options. Or some of these options have control key shortcuts to them. And if you press the control key, and while you're holding down the control key, press a secondary key on your keyboard, a certain specific function will be performed. So sometimes when you're typing real fast and you accidentally hit the control key and press another key in your keyboard at the same time, something weird happens. This is one of the magical solutions for that, or reasons behind these weird happenings on the computer. So let's take a look at this together, and I'll show you some of these control key functions, and you can see it more visually illustrated what I'm talking about. If you go up to your File menu, click once on your File menu, and you will see the File menu will open up, and you'll see we have options called New, Open, Save, Save As, Page Setup, Print, Exit. And notice to the right of some of these options, it says CTRL plus N is next to New, CTRL plus O is next to Open, CTRL plus S is next to Save, and so on. Those are the control key shortcuts. If you hold down Control and press the N key, you'll have a new blank page opened up, a new blank window. If you hold down the Control key and press the P key, you will print or send this information that's in your notepad window to your printer. You'll see these control keys throughout different programs, and more advanced users will use them. Another uncommonly used key that can perform some strange functions, and this will help explain why those strange actions take place, is the Alt key. If you look near the bottom of your keyboard, next to the Control key, there's a key with an ALT on it. That is your Alt key. What the Alt key enables you to do is perform functions located inside those menus in a very similar fashion as the Control keys. Take a look at your menu bar. You have File, Edit, Format, etc. Take a look at the first letters in each of those menus. They look normal. They're just capitalized, capital F in File, capital E in Edit, capital F in Format, etc. Press your Alt key one time, and each of those letters will become underlined. If you press your Alt key again, that underline will disappear. In this scenario, press the Alt key. Those letters will become underlined. If those letters are underlined, your Alt key has been activated. And if you press any of those letters on your keyboard, either the menu will open or a function within that menu will take place. Let's work on this together. If we take a look at our File, Edit, Format, View, and Help menus, no underlined letters are available. If you press the Alt key one time, take a look how File, the F in File, the E in Edit, the V in View, and so on are underlined. If you press the F while F in File has been underlined, the File menu will open up. Then take a look at the options located in the File menu. The first letter in many of those options is underlined. If you press a corresponding button to one of those underlined letters, that function will be performed. If you press Alt again, the underlined words will disappear. Another uncommon key that we get a lot of questions about is the Home key. The Home key is located on the right-hand side of your keyboard. Everybody locate that Home key. When you press the Home key will simply take your blinking cursor and place it at the beginning of the line, whatever line you're currently working on. Let's do that together. I would like everyone to place their blinking cursor after the P in our Shift example. You have QWERTYUIOP, and that's typed twice. Place your blinking cursor after the second P. So your blinking cursor is at the end of the line, and then press the Home key on your keyboard and watch how your blinking cursor jumps to the beginning of the line. Let's try that one more time. Move your blinking cursor after the word jumps in the second sentence. So your blinking cursor is in the middle of the sentence. Press the Home key one time, and voila. Home key takes your blinking cursor and places it at the beginning of the line. The Home key is just a way that advanced users skip around the computer pages a little bit more quickly. Just another shortcut that the computer provides. Located in the upper left-hand corner of your screen is a key called the Escape key. And normally, the Escape key is labeled ESC, and it's almost always in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. What the Escape key does is it'll take something that you've opened and close it for you. The Escape key works very similar to the X in the upper right-hand corner of a window, or a cancel button, or an exit button. Let me show you some examples of how the Escape key will work. Let's say that we're fooling around on our computer and we accidentally click on the File menu, upper left-hand corner of the Notepad program, and the menu opens up, and we don't know how to get rid of the menu, and we want to close the menu. You can simply go to the Escape key, located in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, press the Escape key one time, and the menu will close or cancel. Another thing that can happen is, in Basic Computers Part 1, we talked about the right mouse button. And if you click the right mouse button, how a menu will appear. Well, say you forget how to get rid of that menu, and you don't know what that little box is doing there on the screen. You can simply click the Escape key in the upper left-hand corner, and that menu will disappear. Let's do that one more time. Press the right mouse button one time by accident. A menu appears. Now we press the Escape key one time, and the menu disappears. So the Escape key is just another safety valve, another shortcut that the computer provides to us. Two other sets of keys that are very uncommonly used, but we always get questions on them in class, are the Page Up and Page Down keys. The Page Up and Page Down keys are located on the right-hand side of your keyboard. Take a moment to locate them. And the way that the Page Up and Page Down keys work is if you're working on a paper, you're typing up a very long paper, let's say 10 or 20 pages or 50 pages, and you need to go up one page. You're on page 30. You're viewing page 30, and you want to go to page 29. You can simply press the Page Up button one time, and the computer will advance you to the page located above the page 29. If you press Page Down, you'll go to page 30. You press Page Down again, you'll go to page 32. Page Up and Page Down makes much more sense if you remember from Basic Computers Part 1 that computers are built like ancient Egyptian scrolls. The longer a document, the longer the document. Remember, computers don't work like books going left and right. Computers are built like ancient Egyptian scrolls. So if you have a long document, page 1 might be up here, page 2 will be below it, page 3 below that, etc., etc., etc. So page up and down, those buttons will move you up and down that scroll. The last set of buttons that I want to talk about, because we get the question in almost every Basic Computer 2 class that we teach, is what are those F buttons at the top of the keyboard? You'll see F1, F2, F3, F4, all the way up to F12. Those are called your function keys. And my advice to you is stay away from the function keys right now. What the function keys are, they provide shortcuts to different options and actions on your computer. The problem with using the function keys is the function keys, what they do is specific to what program you're using. So if you're using Notepad or you're using Microsoft Word or you're using TurboTax or some other type of program, F1 might have a different function in every single one of those programs. The F keys are determined by the computer programmer who creates the program you're working with. So unless you use a program every day and you want to learn some other shortcuts, you could experiment with F keys. But at this point, if you're just beginning, just forget that they're there. Well, thank you very much for joining.